Hey guys, how you doing? Ron here with TechTipsToGo. So I got a new video and I got my new setup. That's why I've been delaying on my videos. I got a new iMac setup. So I got the brand new 2020 iMac, 27-inch screen, and just for faster video rendering and other stuff that I'm doing with Bootcamp and all that stuff. So anyways, let's get into the video. We're going to be talking about Vechain, what's new with Vechain. I know there's been a lot of requests, a lot of people saying, hey, where's the old Vechain run, etc., etc. I'm still same Vechain maximalist. I wouldn't say maximalist, because I do carry like probably about 10 to 12 coins, and I bag heavy and 3 coins. So anyways, let's get into the video and the latest news on Vechain coming up next. All right, before we get into the news for Vechain, let's go take a look at Vechain stats. So if you're not familiar with Vechain stats, like I mentioned before, this is actually where you can actually see the VTHOR burn, because within cryptocurrency, you want to make sure that that token is being used, it's being burned, the tokenomics is actually being used, the utility, etc. So let's take a look at the VTHOR burn. Today we actually did 5.1 million VTHOR burn. Yesterday it was 4.9, so this is great, because I remember, like I mentioned before, we were hovering around 1 to 3 million probably about 6 months ago. So we can see transactions that are starting to climb up in the burn, which is great. So let's take a look at the price action right now. So people are wondering what's going on with VET. We're sitting and hovering around about 0.018. We did reach an all-time high roughly about a month ago, about 0.2122. Which was great. Then we started to hover around 0.016, and now we are sitting at 0.018. So there's a lot of speculation. There was actually an image going around this morning when I woke up that Sunny Liu was apparently in the United States, and I'm not too sure if he's actually in the US, because I'm not too sure with travel bans and etc. from citizens of China or from Singapore, are they allowed to fly into the United States, etc. So over here, you can see that Sunny Liu has changed his career, no longer CEO, but more of a performing musician, vocalist. So congrats, Sunny Liu. Let's get on to the next piece of news here, which is Crypto Steve. So Crypto Steve says, new week, new update, 12.3 million market cap, OCE, Michigan State University. So this shows a picture, and people were kind of speculating, hey, is Sunny Liu actually in Michigan? Is he actually in the United States? Because that would be some news, because we all know that we're still waiting for like 2 to 3 big pieces of news, right? One from Jason Rockwood with information that he's going to be coming out with a big partner that is national and probably very big in the United States. The second piece of news, we're still waiting for that Coinbase listing. But that's a lot of speculation, because there's a lot of other coins that are going to be listed on Coinbase that everyone keeps talking about. We see RSR, we see Theta, the token Theta is going to be listed, plus a bunch of other ones that are going to be listed. So who knows when that will come. I'm predicting that it's going to come hopefully before end of year. And people are always asking me, what's your end of year price prediction for VET? And that really depends. If we keep going the way it is, I think our price prediction for VET, I'm still going to say 3 to 5 cents. But if we get PayPal, which is another piece of news, but I think PayPal is going to be a longer term, probably in 2021, probably Q2, Q3, because the news about PayPal is going to be, probably like fiat on-ramping, the ability for people to purchase cryptocurrencies on PayPal, and then also withdrawal, because right now majority of the people in North America withdraw via Coinbase. So, and when you withdraw via Coinbase, you could either get it back to your debit account from your Coinbase account back into your debit through your bank account, or via PayPal. So I'm pretty sure PayPal just saw the business case and the ROI just to get into it, and just said it's a no-brainer, especially with looking at the way cryptocurrency is heading, in 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So everyone that's in cryptocurrency, give yourself a pat on the back, because we're in early, especially those of you who've been in the last bull run, right? You've seen the trends and the patterns and how everything has been evolving. So that's that's why I think we're seeing a 0.018. We were hovering around 0.016, and we saw a nice spike about 6%, which is great. Now let's look at VTHOR, the token, to see how it's doing. up 3.7%. We did see an all-time, not an all-time high, but I remember looking at my VThor burn and the rewards that I got monthly, and it was hovering around 0.019, which was great. But now we're hovering around 0.012. Let's take a look at the charts over here. So as you can see, let's go to year to date, and we did reach 0.012. The price 0.02045, and then we kind of shot back down. But I see a lot of people kind of getting very impatient with VET, just because it hasn't seen a lot of the gains that everyone else has been seeing with other coins. And I'm gonna just make a quick side comment about this. Right now, everything is DeFi based. So that's where a lot of people are spending their money. It's just chasing the shiny coin syndrome, right? The next piece of news, right? The pump and dumps, right? And I don't blame anyone that is getting into pump and dumps. It's just you have to be careful, and you just have to make sure that when you're investing into the pump and dumps, you want to get in early. For example, let's take this for example. This is not a pump and dump, but usually when you see a quick increase, one thing that what I would do is just take a look at the increase, whether it goes from 5 to 10% the next day, 15%. Take a look at Lunar Crush. Look at the social activity. Look on Twitter. Look to see who's talking about it, right? Look at the latest, the people. See what YouTubers go on YouTube. We have a team that actually does this. We kind of look at social signals. We look at YouTubers to see who's talking about it, because that's a clear signal that it's going to pump. And that these YouTubers probably have, some of them are pretty, I'm not going to call out any names, but I'm going to say that they're scammy, and they do create the pump and dumps. Some of them get paid very well to do pump and dumps. There's pump and dump groups. So when you see that news and the pump starting and other YouTubers, more than 3 to 4 YouTubers, and if there's a main YouTuber talking about it, invest. I'm not saying this is not financial advice, but what I'm doing is I'm going to invest into it at the low 5 to 10% upswing, right? They're going to come out with their news, or maybe if you reach out to that YouTuber saying, hey, what's on the agenda? And they might say, well, we're going to be talking about Safe Haven in the next 2-3 weeks, right? And if you see other YouTubers getting on the same bandwagon, then maybe that's a great time to buy. Make your 100%, 150%, even if it's a 70% gain. That's still huge. You don't get that in traditional cryptocurrency, in traditional markets, right? This only happens in the wild west of cryptocurrency. So then you quickly look to exit. But one main factor is, hey, is there enough liquidity? Can you sell it? Right? Because something might pump. Take into consideration that, yeah, you can make a great pump. You could enter in nicely, but do you have the ability to sell? Take a look at the exchanges. What exchanges are they on, and can you sell fast? So anyways, kind of getting a little off topic here, but yeah, that's the VThor token charts. The next piece of news. So I don't think this is latest piece of news, but they just talk about Verify car with BMW. I'm going to leave a description and a link below in the description for this article, but it just kind of goes over the new details of the Vechain project, the Verify car. We all know that they're doing this project with Vechain just to kind of go over making sure that the cars that BMW that are selling on the aftermarket, the imported ones, that the vehicle isn't, basically it's tamper-proof via the Vechain Thor blockchain. The next piece of news, this is actually pretty good news, August 30th, which was yesterday. So the transaction volume for Vechain-based tokens increased by 1,000% since April, which is great. So it says, over the past months, 4 project tokens based on the Vechain Thor blockchain have seen a strong increase in transaction volume. The Vechain-based 8 hours EHRT token has already registered almost 18,500 clauses in August so far. So that's great. Now we're going to go over the token clauses and kind of an overview of the Vechain ecosystem and what everyone has been doing. So you look at EHRT, DBET, JUR, OCE, PLAIR, SHA, and SNK. So shout out to Crypto Wade, one of our mins in our group. He has been killing it. Everyone keeps talking about Crypto Wade in our group, saying that everything that he bags is gold. And you know what? I talk to Wade quite a bit. and he did tell me, and he had some great entry points and exit points. So he invested early into PLAIR, right? So PLAIR is, I don't invest into PLAIR. Not that I wouldn't recommend, but I just don't think leadership is on the right track. So anyway, so PLAIR, Wade was able to get into PLAIR early, and then he dumped all the PLAIR, which is good because he got out at a right time, because we just see it on a decline. So right now we're not recommending PLAIR in our group. Safe Haven, SHA. So here's another cryptocurrency that's on the Vechain ecosystem that Wade got into, and a lot of members that we got into. I got into it very early at 0.0006, and then I exited at around 0.006. So I made a healthy return on that. Also, Wade and some of the people in our group are on OceanX, which is great. And EHRT, anyone that invested into EHRT, congratulations to you guys, because I've seen it go from like 0.0007 up to what it is now. So congratulations to everyone that's holding that. So, it's great. Vechain-based tokens increased by 1,000%, and you can see right here. So EHRT transaction volume for July and August, was kind of like a moon spike. Everyone was talking about this on Twitter. So, and that's 8 hours tokens. So 8 hours foundation. And with the last piece of news, it's just a recap again. So it's the same thing. Crypto startup Vechain and BMW developing auto security platform. So this is the same thing that I mentioned earlier just a couple of minutes ago. It just says Vechain is teaming up with German car maker BMW to develop an auto security platform that keeps vehicles free from forgery. So that's the Verify car. The two companies plan to roll out blockchain-based decentralization app, so the DApp Verify car, which would collect vehicle data such as mileage, repairs, and additional services. The DApp will run on the Vechain Thor blockchain, which could keep the data secure and untampered. So that is everything for Vechain. Like I mentioned, people keep asking me, what is your end of year prediction? And, there's a lot of factors to be involved, right? So end of year, guys, is very close, because next month we're going to be in October. So we have September, October, November, and December. So we have 4 months. We're very close to Q4, to the start of Q4. And then after that, it's 3 months, end of year. So like I mentioned, my end of year prediction is still the same, 3 to 5 cents. I don't really see it going to 10 cents. Although we're at the start of the bull run, yes, peak of the bull run, things could change, but the peak of the bull run, I would say probably roughly around 30 cents, but this has many factors that are involved, like the pandemic or post-pandemic, vaccine, PayPal listing, big partnerships and news. People keep saying, well, Vechain gets a ton of news, but the needle doesn't move, right? I just say, there's nothing wrong with Vechain. Vechain's an awesome company, logistics, traceability, the partnerships, and their investors like PwC, DNV, GL, Deloitte, etc. Right? You can't go wrong with Vechain. So anyways, that is everything for the video. I hope you liked the video. Please don't forget to subscribe, join, like, and comment. And if you're new to cryptocurrency and you want to learn more about different altcoins, reach me out at my free Telegram group. So I'm going to leave a description above, and I'll see you in the next one.